Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. This is episode 3, playing as the nation of Germany in FUHRERREICH, which is an alternate history mod for Hearts of Iron 4. If you have not seen the first 2 episodes, there's a link in the description below that will take you to episode 1. They're all in a playlist. It is December of 1938, and I am trying to decide what my next national focus will be. And I think for now, I'm just going to focus on something like the economy a little bit. In the meantime, I've got a few different options as far as war goals I can declare. I've got one on the Republic of Zapadoslavia, which is basically right here. It's Czechoslovakia, to those of you who grew up with that nation existing. But that's probably the way I go, either that or Hungary. Although I already have my troops on the border with Hungary. The problem is they are guaranteed by the French Republic, and that is not something I'm quite ready to get into right now. Meanwhile, Zapadoslavia is not guaranteed by them. So I think that's what we're going to do. First things first, let's stop all the exercises that are going on. We're going to keep our armies on the border over there, but we're going to go ahead and move these ones onto the border with Zapadoslavia. So we'll get these guys going right there. And we'll move these ones that are on the border with Poland over to the other half. Once I get them into position, we can go ahead and begin the advance after we've declared war. So in the meantime, not a lot else happening. We're ready for some construction, and I just want to look. My infrastructure is already really good. It could be better. Let's get all these ones that are at 7 up to 8. And then I eventually want to build some more factories, though I feel like I've got a decent amount already. I've got 51 military factories, 7 naval dockyards, 63 civilian factories. Obviously, at some point, I'm going to go to war with France, and I need to be ready for that. But once these troops are into position, and it looks like I've got a somewhat decent chance of success, we'll go ahead and kick this off. He's got a pretty big number of divisions, though, which kind of surprises me. Sweden petitions to join the Stahlpakt. Let's let them in. It's January 1939. So I'll give some time to get this kind of all settled here. Maybe add a few more units to things, because it looks like this may be a difficult fight for me. He's got some pretty strong divisions there. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm getting some air units set up. I've got a huge number of close air support units available. What I'm actually going to do here, I think, is go ahead and attach some of these to the army. 345 right here. I don't think we need that many. Let's break down these units a little bit. So many close air support that I've been creating. We'll go ahead and let that one stay at 150. Alright, I think we're all set now on all those. Make sure they all have orders. They do. Well, these guys don't. All right. Ernest Raymond has his new book, A Fourth Rome, has become the latest major work of alternate history in the British Empire and has had a notable cultural impact on the peoples of various nations. So, the novel ends with yet another war between German-led Central Powers and French-led Entente as a newborn Fourth Rome scrambles to utilize the situation to their advantage. Interesting. Don't know what all that will mean for us, but we'll see. Alright, so I think we're about ready to go here. Let's go ahead and see what happens. See, they're looking for allies. I don't want them to get that far before I can take them out. Alright, so we bypassed that Invade Czechoslovakia. And now we need someone to trade with. Enemy has air superiority. Well, we can't let that stand. Can we? Alright. Let's get air superiority back over here. Alright, it's good to be popular. Alright, let's go maintenance company here. Need another national focus. Obviously, some have been bypassed. New bunkers, no. Okay, let's see what the war situation is. So far, so good. He's already lost 41,000 men to my only 7,000. I could call the Dutch and the Kingdom of Sweden to this thing, which I think I will do. Alright, so Zaporozhye is actually making some inroads on me so far. I don't think it's going to last because he's going to run out of men. But so far, he's getting the better of me. Oh boy, how did I lose all my steel? Or maybe I just gained the need for steel. I don't know, I think he took some of my steel factories. Alright, not liking this so far, guys. Come on. I'm causing massive numbers of casualties on him. I've got double the manpower. I may just have to send another army over. I gotta be careful, though, because I'm afraid that France is going to come after me. Okay, I gave orders to the wrong armies. That's my problem. It's the first two. There we go. Which means I also attached my air forces to the wrong people. Alright, a lot happening here. There we go. So let's continue on our air doctrine tree. We're going to give a 20% boost to ground support there. What else do we have? How about land doctrine? Land doctrine is still going. We're in 1939, so it wouldn't be too far ahead to go after the newest fighters or close air support. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, let's push these guys back. I've lost 32,000 men. He's lost 109,000. He only has 400,000 available manpower, so we'll see how quickly he replenishes those divisions. And hopefully my allies will get involved here before too long. Maybe send some units down to help out. I think I'll go ahead and get another one of these armies involved. I think we're safe for now. Bring them on over. Alright. There's so much happening right now that I keep having to pause just to kind of keep up with it all. National focus has happened so quickly. So this is going to give me, it's going to hurt my research time, but it's going to help max entrenchment and my reinforcement rate. I don't know if I'll go that way yet. Let's go civil engineering. Alright, so civil engineering education is complete. Now we've got another choice we can make. We can get a boost to population and a reduction of supply consumption, or a boost to construction speed on the civilian factories. Let's go that way. Alright, we're moving in now. Starting to crush this army of Zaporozhye. They've lost almost 200,000 men to my 108,000. He's down to just about a third of my manpower. He's lost almost half his army now. So it's just really a matter of time. He's pretty well collapsing at this point. He's got a little pocket of resistance out here, but that actually may not be a bad thing if I kind of move in and circle those guys. That may bring a speedier end to the war. We're moving in on his capital. Got free military factories available. I think we can probably stop making close air support for now. Same with tanks. But we need more, what is it, tungsten? Yep. Alright. Now he's lost 228. He's got less than 300,000 men in his army at this point. I'm staying pretty steady, though my manpower is going down. Alright, after a series of German victories, it has become clear that the Zaporoslavian High Command that any further opposition would be hopeless. The Czech army has been continuously routed and little territory remains for them to defend. In the chaos of the situation, the Zaporoslavian government has been forced hastily flee to France. I'm guessing that means forced to hastily flee to France, leaving a great many men behind. All right, that's it. So now we got to stop and kind of examine the situation in light of everything that has just happened. I'm going to have to get my forces built back up again. We're going to look at the trade situation in light of all of that. I don't think we want to trade with France any longer than we have to. Alright. Wow. We don't need much steel anymore, that's for sure. There's Blitzkrieg. Let's continue our land doctrine. We're on to Camp Gruffen now. And we need some oil, which I guess we're going to keep getting from the U.S. Alright, we're going to have to reform our lines now. Get these troops back on this border over here. Probably going to need to have one on the southern border because Italy and Hungary are all part of that Entente as well. So those are kind of the places that I need to watch for at the moment. I still have available war goals that I can declare on Hungary, which I am not going to do because I don't want to go to war with the entire Entente, at least not with the army I have right now. So we'll get all that figured out and then let some time go on. I've also got 500 in political power that I could spend if I so choose. Not a lot of things to spend it on, though. Maybe Chief of the Air Force would be a good way to go. Air superiority and ground support with Hermann Goering, that may be the way to go. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we have to decide the fate of Slovakia. As we come to control the former Zaporoslavian lands known as Slovakia, we find ourselves holding territories of great ethnic tensions and struggle. While directly controlling these territories may be problematic for our government if we were to grant them titular autonomy as our subjects, under the total guidance of the Reich, of course, we could get some use of their loyalty and men. So I lose some political power if I decide to directly control them. I think I'll go ahead and release them just because it makes things a little easier for me to not have this piece of territory out here that I've got to deal with. So let's go ahead and release. Oh, well, that only released a little bit. I was hoping to release this to them as well. But at least that shortens the border that I've got with Hungary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reestablish my front line with these guys. But now I can make it shorter. And now we've got that puppet right there instead. All right, that works. All right, so now we're getting the same question again about Lemko, and I'm guessing that is this territory here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do the same with them. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I was after. We just released them as two separate nations, that's all. Perfect. Got another technology research available to me. We're a little ahead for that. Alright, so right now my current manpower, 700,000 in the field, 62,000 more in training. And I actually can release a lot of those if I need to. Let's go ahead and at least release these infantry divisions. I'm going to go ahead and focus primarily now on reinforcements just to get everybody back up to speed, because we need a lot just to do that. And 3 more divisions will get me to full strength on all 4 of these armies. I think I'm going to use some of these Army experience points to upgrade my Panzer IIIs, my medium tanks, so that instead of producing a bunch of those initial variants, I'm going to make the Panzer IIIA, which is going to have a boost to soft attack, a boost to armor, a decent boost to reliability. In fact, let's take that up to 96% reliability, a boost to hard attack, a boost to piercing. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll start producing the Panzer IIIAs instead. We need a bunch of those right now. And of course that means another change in trade to produce them. Right now we're working on an archaeology mission to Scandinavia. I have no idea what that's going to do, but I'm very curious to find out. After that, we're going to go ahead and look back at the diplomatic situation. Doesn't look like I can choose either of these right now still, so we might look at German claims in the east. Because maybe if I go east, I don't have to worry about the Entente, because they're not part of that. So that may be the direction I go here in just a minute. But let's find out what this mission to Scandinavia is all about first. Okay. German archaeologists head off to Scandinavia. Best of luck to our great scientists. So it gave me some political power. That was about it. Got a lot of decisions available to me right now. I just don't know if any of those are things I really care about. So what's this? The Bucharest Accord. Tensions over the Transylvanian rump state have continued to rise in recent years as the nationalist government in Bucharest continues to press for an end to their existence while the Hungarians attempt to forestall the inevitable. With the Entente preoccupied by the London stock market crisis, we have the opportunity to step in and mediate the situation while hopefully increasing our influence in the region. It's unlikely that the Hungarians will allow Romania to annex the territory without a war. We also have the Minsk Agreement. Alright, so let's see what this does. We're going to offer mediation in the Bucharest Accord. Oh, we have the ability to annex or puppet Bohemia, which I think we've already decided that we're annexing. We can make some of those cores. Okay. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and choose German claims in the east. And let's find out what happens with this mediation offer. Oh, it looks like it worked. Oh, maybe not. Looks like Romania took that territory, and then Hungary declared war on Romania. So much for my mediation, because Romania is about to cease to exist. So it's the French-Romanian War. Poor Romania is now up against the entire Entente with their 2 million fielded manpower versus 400,000 for Romania. Sorry, Romania. Didn't mean to get you involved in that. So much for my mediation. Alright, that was fast. German claims in the east is completed. Now we have an anti-Bolshevik pact, or we can go influence the Baltic. We can Germanize Lithuania down this way, demand Silesia, war with the Polish, which I don't think the Polish are part of everything, so can't protect the Romanians anymore, that's for sure. Alright, I think we're going to go with influence in the Baltic for now. Meanwhile, Romania is getting overrun. I don't think that one's going to last very long. We're actually into about 3 weeks before the historical start of World War II when Germany invaded Poland in September of 1939. Obviously, the world looked very, very different this time around. Let's make sure that we're improving relations with the Brits as well as the French. Alright. I think we're close enough now that we can go ahead and start our atomic research. Meanwhile, Romania, not looking so good. Alright, Lithuania has refused our offer. We must turn our attention elsewhere. So let's take a look now. We can go light the spark in Lithuania. That will give an event. Germany has made damning claims against the Poles. And then we give an ultimatum to the Polish, which of course may spark French intervention, which seems to be the case with everything. Poland is guaranteeing Latvia, but the French aren't necessarily doing anything for the Poles right now. So, all right, I'm thinking we got to try and find some allies, though. I can't continue to go this alone, but I just don't know who it is that I can even call as an ally. I guess I could maybe start influencing some countries toward my viewpoint by boosting party popularity. I can't boost popularity of other ideologies, and my ideology's popularity can't be boosted. Well then, that kind of stinks. Okay. So we could offer protection for the Polish. Maybe use Poland as a buffer to go after the Soviets? I don't know. Decisions. We've already done that. Man, my options are rather limited right now. Alright, let's go anti-Bolshevik pact. I guess we'll start focusing on going after the Soviets. Meanwhile, Romania is just about knocked out. Won't be long now. They've lost 94,000 men. The Entente's lost 100,000. Most of those are Italians. Alright, so there it is. Italy took 7 states. The French took 3 states. The Kingdom of Romania has been annexed. So that's kind of an interesting development there. So I'm building kind of my own little Maginot line here. I'm starting to build up the fortifications on the border. Just thinking ahead. I don't need fortifications there. I'm going to max this bad boy out over here. I don't need that against the Swiss. So we're gonna fortify the border with Italy. Yeah, I don't need it there either. Okay. Let's undo all that. Just so if I do go to war, I can hold the line, inflict a bunch of casualties, and then hopefully advance after that. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, it's October 1939. We're going to get our anti-Bolshevik pact going here. Now we've got some decisions to make. Oh, wow. We can get some Finnish fortifications. We've got to get the Finnish into this faction, though, in order to be able to do that. Don't really have any options on any of these things. I can do strike the Soviet Union, but I don't have 1.5 million in manpower in the field, so that's definitely not happening. All right, we're going to have to change our focus for a little while here onto something other than that. All right, so we've got the TST debate. We've got some decisions we can make with all of this stuff. So that's what we'll do for now. I think we're going to wrap this episode up fairly soon. Maybe we'll get to the end of 1939. Maybe we won't. You can see my friends, the Swedish, have moved some divisions down in here along the border with Hungary, which is now part of the Third Internationale. It's no longer part of the Entente, which is interesting. That actually makes things a little bit better. So maybe we can get White Finland in on things. Not entirely sure how we go about that other than to stage a coup, which might be rather expensive, up to 300 points. So I think we can do that. We only gain one political or half a political power a day, and 1,000 infantry equipment. That's not too bad. And we've got Sweden up there that can offer immediate support. So let's go ahead and give that a try. How long is that going to take? It's going to go, November 1st. It's going to happen pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and let that play out a little bit. I should try and get some divisions up there. Which army can I use? I guess we'll use this one. It's on the border with Hungary. Alright, let's move them up here. On the border with White Finland. if we can get them there. Because we'll rush them in to support that coup when the time comes. It's not a very big country, so it's not going to take long. All right, so here we go. It's October 30th. Our troops are going to be just getting into position on the border when this coup starts. All right, let's see what happens. Yes, yes. Coup? Anyone? Bueller? What happened? That was anticlimactic. Now it's saying November 12th. Oh, we don't have enough political power. Ah, darn it. So we can't get... we're slowly getting the points in there. It's 15 a day. So it's just going to push it back a little while. That's not a bad thing. That actually gives me a little more time to get my troops ready for this. So we'll draw an offensive line. Whoa, there's a national focus. All right, so we got to decide this question. The Kampfregimenter is too autonomous and too disorganized to be a reliable defense force for Germany. Were created by Adam Dressler to be his own little force. So these are kind of like the brown shirts, I guess, in Hitler's Germany. They should be reserves to keep order. They should be part of frontline operations. Frontline operations it is. So, yep, so it turns it that way. So now, let's go TST divisions. And let's see where things stand with this coup for White Finland. We just don't have the points. Every time it gets to 15, it puts 15 more into it. I gotta find a way to get some more political points. Alright, so I completed the national focus for TST divisions. I'm actually going to wait on doing another national focus because this will allow my political power to get boosted a little bit quicker because I won't be spending one every day on a national focus. So we'll do that until this coup is ready to go, which right now it's at 225. So we just need, what, another 75 days or so. Probably going to take about 2 more months. We'll get into February of 1940, and then we'll be able to finally kick this coup off. We'll let that happen. That'll be the end of this episode. All right, so we're into late January 1940. We're about to get the political power needed to launch this kick. Oh, it failed. Failed due to low political support for our ideology. Yeah, we completely forgot to check that. Got to build up the ideology first. I didn't even think to look to see if they even had anybody that we could do that with. So, all right. So occasionally I still do some noobish things because I don't really do that many coups. It's just not something I do very often. So now we're back to looking at what we want to do with these TST divisions. All right, we're gonna go right here. Now, all right, we're gonna wrap it up right there. So nothing else major going on. We're gonna start focusing on a possible war with the Soviet Union, which of course is going to be a big bloody mess. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do yet. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think I should do? Should I try to take on the Entente? Probably a little easier to take on the Entente versus taking on the Soviets. So I don't know. I'll think about that some. I'd love to know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. If you want to see more from this series, hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.